You're welcome. Oh, thank you for liking the live. Thank you so much. Let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Lady B, you're welcome. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna follow you back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see you just with O'Shea. I want to believe that's how to pronounce that. It's a bit confusing. Just with O'Shea. Thanks for the follow. I'm gonna follow you back right after this live. Good evening, wherever you're joining from, or good day to you, because I know we're joining from all over the world. And well, here in the UK, it's just gone past 6 in the evening. And if you're just returning from work, I hope it wasn't too hectic. It's been a day today as well. We're grateful. Another day, another Monday. And guess what? This month of May is gradually going to an end. It's amazing how the weeks are just running so fast, so quickly. And I'm thinking, is it because it's a leap year or something? I don't know. But we thank God. Chelsea, you're welcome. Thank you for liking the live already. This is FunmiRoyal welcoming you to Insight this beautiful Monday evening, wherever you are joining from. Here, I like to keep it simple and real. And I love you to join me. Invite as many people to join me today. Popo Diva, thank you so much. I see you. Thanks for that. Oh, hello, my dear. How are you today? It's been a couple of days. I think it was was it on Linda's show, or whose show was it we were on? Yeah, I had to dash off and I thought I was going to make it, but I couldn't. Well, good to see you here. Thanks for joining tonight. Please let's share the live to other people so they can be part of the talk today. And as usual, on Mondays, I talk general talks. I bring general topics rather, and talk about it and how it affects us as an individual, and how we can tackle that topic if it's in our lives, or what we can do, to make life better. Really, we just talk about intuition today. That's what we're going to be looking at. Intuition. I bet you'll be wondering. So if you want to know what I'm going to be talking about today, like I said, is intuition. Grab your seat, grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, or your orange juice, or whatever. Just sit down, let's talk about this. And as I would say normally, please, when we do this talk, I love for it when we cannot do a bit of self-reflection to search our lives. Do we know what is intuition? Do we pay attention to it in our lives and things like that? So I just want to bring this to your attention tonight. And I don't know, maybe this might even save somebody tonight. Who knows? Intuition. I'm going to be digging deep very soon. Thanks again for joining. Thank you for liking the live. Let's share to our friends so they'll be part of Insight with FunmiRoyal today. Thank you so much for joining. Mame, I see you. Susie, pretty Susie. Thank you so much for joining the live. Yeah. Hope, yeah, that's the word. Yeah. The man, thanks for joining. All sort of names that you have to be careful how you pronounce. Quado, I want to believe. Elegant, thanks for joining in today. I really appreciate you guys for joining in. Otherwise, it might just be boring. So thank you, as usual, for joining in today. I really appreciate it. And like I said, if you're just joining in, you're welcome. Amelia, I see you. Today, I'll be talking about intuition and some other aspects of it. So if you want to have a bit of understanding to it, let's say harnessing the power of intuition, your inner guide. A lot of us, almost every human, have this thing, but we really don't pay attention to it, or we ignore it, So all of this I'm going to be looking at today. Intuition, harnessing the power of intuition, your inner guide. Bana, thanks for joining. Bana, do me a big favor. Can you share to about 20 people so they can be part of this live today? Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. It's amazing, like I said, every individual have this inner guide. It's called intuition. Whether we listen to it, whether we pay attention to it, whether we even know it's there is a different thing altogether. Obina John, I see you. You're welcome. So today we're going to be looking and exploring this fascinating topic, intuition, that inner voice, that gut feeling, or instinctive knowing that guides us through life's twists. It's very interesting, this topic, and all the twists and turns of life. I see you, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining. Creative Nature, you're welcome. So intuition is a powerful tool that we all possess. Like I said, we all possess a gifty, I see you, yet is often overlooked or dismissed in a world that values logic and rationality. If your mind can't process it, no, there's some people don't even believe in intuition. Pato, you're welcome, and that's just the truth. But it helps us. We should pay attention to it. Kita, you are welcome. Thank you for joining today. Let's share the live to our friends. Let them be part of this talk today. So some people are so logical in their reasoning. They don't think there's something called intuition, but we all have it. And like I said, whether we pay attention to it or we overlook it is a different thing altogether. But what if I told you that listening to your intuition could lead to a greater clarity, fulfillment, and success in every aspect of your life? As long as you're alive. Salama BD. Oh my goodness. What a name. Thanks for joining. Apologies if I didn't pronounce that correctly. Thanks for joining. So everyone has it. It helps us, when we pay attention to it, and the more we pay attention to it, the more the more we get better, at listening and hearing and knowing that this intuition really is a guide in our life's decisions, whatever we want to do. So let's dive right in and discover the wonders of intuition together. Intuition, Lady J, thanks for joining in today. So I like to define it. What is intuition? If you're just joining, the topic today is intuition. So first, let's define intuition. Intuition is that deep-seated sense of knowing that arises within us without conscious reasoning or analysis. Remember, I said some people, they think logic. If it doesn't make sense, that's it, And it's that feeling in your gut, that inner voice whispering guidance, or that sudden insight that seems to, come out of nowhere. You can't really explain it, but you feel that thing. Especially maybe you're in anticipating for something positive to happen, and or you're trusting that something would happen, or you're waiting about something. It could be about 1,000,001 things. You just have that inner feeling that this is good, this is gonna happen, or something is gonna happen good. And even your intuition will let you know sometimes maybe you want to travel, and you just feel this inner voice saying don't, postpone it, or delay it, or something like that. Something in you is just telling you that trip is not safe, or that decision is not. You just know it. That inner voice, that gut feeling, that is intuition. It's not logic, and it's not conscience either. I'm going to go into that briefly at the end of today. So intuition operates beyond the realm of logic and intellect. It taps into our subconscious mind and connects us to a higher wisdom or universal intelligence, if we can put it that way, to be honest with you. So I want us to further understand what I mean by intuition. Understanding the nature of intuition is very important. Intuition, again, I'm going to say out loud. Thanks for joining, Echo. Intuition is not a mystical or a magical thing, but rather it's a natural aspect of human consciousness. That's why I said when you're alive, you're human and you're alive, you have an intuition. It's there. It's always there. Whether you're attentive to it Like I said, is another story altogether. So it's our innate ability to perceive and interpret subtle cues. It will give you a cue. Like I said earlier, you want to travel, something in you is telling you it's not safe. And I can share 1,001 stories of people who listened to their intuition, what it was telling them not to do, or telling them to do, so they don't miss a huge opportunity. So is that aspect, is a natural aspect of your consciousness. And cues, you get cues, patterns, and it also energizes us within our environment. You know, where you stay is different from where I stay. What I do is different from what you do. So think of it as an internal compass. You know, when you have a compass, especially those who go camping and they have their compass to navigate them, turn 360, turn 90 degrees and what have you. So look at intuition as an internal compass, guiding us towards what is true, what is authentic, and aligned with our highest good. So intuition is for your good. Intuition doesn't lead you to do something evil, if I may put it that way. So it's worth paying attention to. It guides us, it navigates us in what we ought to do, especially times when we're confused or when we have doubts. You know, when we just be in ourselves, we hear that inner voice telling us what to do, or and you know, and so on. So let me not jump, I'll just kind of lay the foundation. So like I said, think of it as an internal compass guiding us towards what is true, what is authentic, and what aligns with your good. Intuition operates beyond the limitations of time and space. It offers us insights and guidance to transcend our logical reasoning. It's beyond our logical reasoning. It's more powerful than logics, if I can put it that way. So another aspect I'm going to look into now is the importance of cultivating intuition, because look at it as a seed. If you plant a seed, I mean, you have to dig the ground, put the seed in and cover it and water it and prune the thorns and what have you. You come back, water it. Ma, I see you, thanks for joining. So look at it that way. You have to nurture it, you have to cultivate it, and the more you do that, it gets stronger. As you live life on a daily basis, it gets stronger. You just feel in your gut, no, this thing is wrong, this thing is not right, you're not going to do it. Babatunde, I see you, thanks for joining. Let's share to as many people as possible. I want us to gain insight into what we call intuition today, because it's helpful to every individual. Henmax, I see you, thanks for joining. So it's very important we cultivate intuition. And why is it very important? In our world today, there's so many noises. The social media is talking, your friends are talking, family are talking, individuals are talking. There's so much noise, so much distractions, external influences, left, right, and center. Do this, don't do that. This is good for you, that, it's just so much. And then our intuition serves as a beacon of clarity and truth. So in the midst of all that noise, like I said, if you're calm, you will hear this inner voice. In your gut feeling, you just hear, okay, you know what? You've listened to everybody. It's just like noise, and it's not helping you. But when you listen to that inner voice, that intuition in you will tell you, what to do. And you will know that you can't explain it. Sometimes you might not be able to explain it, but you will feel it within you. This is what you ought to do. Just run with it. If I were you, I wouldn't think twice about it. So it helps us to navigate life's complexities. Life is complex enough as it is. Like I said, you get confused and all of that. But it helps us through life's complexities with greater confidence and its authenticity as well. And it's very resilient. You can trust it, believe it, your intuition. It won't lie to you. Emily, thanks for joining. So by tapping into our intuition, we can make decisions that are in alignment with our deepest values, desires, and aspiration. And that's just the truth. Mrs. Williams, thanks for joining. As usual, God bless you. Thanks for joining. So intuition also serves as a source of creativity. Thank you so much. innovation and inspiration. It guides us towards new possibilities and new opportunities. And that's just the truth. The greatest inventor, if you ask them, if they were to tell you, how did you come about this thing? It could be something that's been bugging them and they've been thinking about it. Like, there has to be some way to, solve this, or there has to be some way to provide this, or there has to be. We all know there's so many great inventions out there. How did it come about? Intuition in them. They just feel this thing. If I do this, I ought to do this. I need to do this. And, they just listen. And they might not have a clue how to go about it, but that thing is telling them, you can do this. This is what you're meant to do. And before you know, they might try the first time. It's not like it's meant to be, and they keep trying, and then voila, there is light. Voila, there is social media. Voila, there is mobile phone. Voila, there's microphone and all of those things. Your inner guts, your inner voice, what is it saying to you to do? That is intuition. And I must say to us, it's a very valid important aspect of humanity, and we ought to honor and trust it. We need to honor and trust our intuition. If people lie to you, the society lies to you, your friends may lie to you, your family may lie to you, your intuition, your inner gut feeling, it won't lie to you. So how do we honor and trust our intuition? So let's discuss this. Honor and trust your intuition, not your best friend, not even, I'm sorry to say, your parents. Your inner feeling, that inner gut, what is it saying to you to do or not to do? Listen to it, please, and honor it and see. Or if you're in doubt, the first time you feel that inner gut telling you something, you try it out and see what happens. Take a note of it, because it's going to happen, many times in your life. Mavis, thanks for joining. So the key is to quiet the mind. When your mind is quiet, tune into that inner wisdom and listen to the whisper of your soul. I'm trying to help us to listen, hear our honor, and trust our intuition. And like I said, what you do over time, you get good at it, you get better at it, you get best at it. So this requires cultivating practices such as, meditation, mindfulness, because you have to be deliberate about cultivating it, and self-reflection. This will come up, which help quiet that part of your ego, because like I said, there's so many noise out there. You listen to all this noise. Even within you, there's some noises. You're telling yourself this, the devil is whispering and somebody is whispering and all of that. It goes beyond that, and you need to attune in a very subtle way to that whisper of intuition. It's not like a shout. It's not aggressive, it's not intimidating, but you feel this inner peace within you when we're talking about intuition. And in case you're just joining Inside with FunmiRoyal this evening, it's a beautiful Monday. I'm talking about intuition. I've defined that earlier on, and I'd love to hear from you today. What do you think about intuition? Do you believe in intuition? Have you ever listened and carried out a certain instruction, and did it pay off for you, or did you regret it? I'd love to hear from you. What's your take on this topic today, intuition? And as usual, I have my puzzle. Today's on, you have to Google it. So that's the expo. You will have to Google to be part of my puzzle today, or to answer my puzzle today. So when that time comes, I'll let you know what the puzzle is. And if you're the one, you have to come up into the box to tell me the answer, or to say the answer, and that's the only way you get the ice cream and one donut and 2 ice cream today, as usual, to relax for the evening. So my puzzle is coming very soon, and let's see who will beat me to it. So back to our topic today. Like I said, we're talking about intuition, and I said we need to honor and trust that intuition. What is our gut feeling telling us to do or not to do? Do we honor that, or we just ignore it, or we push it aside? We suppress that inner voice telling us, what you're about to do, it has consequences. Do we think about it? So like I said, set yourself in a place where it's quiet. You have to practice some sort of mindfulness to be aware and have that inner concentration, self-reflection, if I may call it that. And you would hear the whispers. What is that inner God telling you to do, especially when you're faced with a decision to make or something? Okay, so trusting your intuition, that also means having the courage to follow its guidance, because some people, they might not be, it might be a new thing to them and they're second guessing. Did I hear that voice right? Is that what I'm hearing? Especially when it doesn't tally with your logic, your reasoning. It doesn't make sense because you've been thinking in a certain way and your gut feeling is telling you something completely different, something completely opposite, and you're doubting, you're feeling. But with time, you will get to learn to cultivate it, and it will pay off for good for you at the end of the day. So I'm not going to talk much today because I really want to hear us. What's your take on this topic? So remember, like I said, it will take a lot of courage, for you to build this, and you have to listen to it. You have to honor it as well, even when it contradicts conventional wisdom or societal expectations. So remember, your intuition is your greatest ally. Hey, your intuition, I'll repeat, is your greatest ally on the journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Like I said, people around you might deceive you, might lie to you about all of that, but your inner feeling, that inner gut feeling, will not lie to you. So please pay attention to it. It's very important. And I'd like to clarify something here, that intuition is not the same as conscience. Okay? If you just say it, conscience, intuition, it may almost sound like the same thing. No, they're different. And I'll tell you just briefly about conscience so we understand. So while intuition and conscience are related concepts, they are related, they are not exactly the same thing. So it's not, when you're talking intuition, don't misuse it for conscience. They're two different things. So intuition refers to a deep-seated sense of knowing or understanding that arises within us without conscious reasoning or analysis, okay? So it operates beyond the realm of logic and intellect. It connects us to a deeper wisdom and universal intelligence, if I must say. Intuition often manifests as gut feelings, just repeating one or two things I said earlier, inner nudges or sudden insight. It's like voila, that kind of guides us in decision making and also navigating life's complexes, like I said. However, on the other hand, conscience, on the other hand, is a moral sense of inner voice, okay, that helps us to discern right from wrong. Right from wrong. Is this the way to go left or to go right? That is your conscience. When you want to do something evil, especially, you want to do something, you want to pay back somebody, maybe they've hurt you or something, you want to pay them back, and you're planning in your mind how you're going to deal with that person, and something in you is telling you, but you know that this thing you're planning is not good. That is your conscience. But intuition is different. Outright, you will know. Even whilst you're processing what you're going to do, something straight away will tell you, don't even process it. Don't even think about it. Your inner gut is telling you, that inner gut, that intuition is telling you, don't do it. Straight away. There's no dilly-dally about it. So conscience and intuition, they're not the same, but they work kind of hand in hand. So, it is shaped, conscience is shaped by our upbringing, by cultural influences and personal values, while intuition is not shaped by, it's just in there. We've been created with that. It's in there. Not like conscience. Conscience serves as an internal moral compass, guiding our actions, our behaviors based on ethical principles and moral standards, Unlike intuition, which can, encompass a broader range of insights, guidance, it doesn't make sense, like people say, this doesn't make sense, but you just feel it so heavy on your heart. This is what you have to do. George, thanks for joining. Ogunrombi, I see you. Fancha, thanks for joining in. So Conscience tends to focus specifically on morals, moral judgments and ethical dilemmas and situations, whether it's right or wrong, left or right kind of a thing. But intuition is not. It's just there with the answer, what you have to do, what you need to do. It's almost like a burden, and if you don't do that thing, you cannot lose your peace, somehow. Thank you so much, Popo Diva, for liking the live. Thank you so much. Let's still share. Ashandi, I see you. B, thanks for joining. Let's share to all our friends to be part of this talk today. I really want to hear from us so that I know that some of us pay attention to that inner voice within us. Let's share our experiences together and learn from one another, especially those out there who are not really cultivating their intuition. They know, they can tell you, oh, is that what I've been feeling? Is that, from time to time they have this sense of something, but they can't put words to it. It's called intuition. So please pay attention to it. So in summary, while intuition and conscience both involve internal guidance mechanisms, intuition is broader in scope and it encompasses a wide range of insight, perception, while conscience is more focused on moral discernment and ethical decision making. So in conclusion today, that's why I said my talk is not too long today. In conclusion, intuition is a precious gift we all possess. So don't come and let somebody lie to you. You have to go and get trained to have intuition. No, please don't let them say that to you. They can help you cultivate it, but every individual possesses this gift, and that's just the truth. It's a guiding light that illuminates our path and empowers us to live authentically and purposefully. Some people feel this like I said, I could say like a heavy burden that they have this thing to do. They just have to do this thing, and it doesn't make sense to them. They're probably of their own not thinking about it. Nana, thanks for joining. And they're wondering, where has this come from? Trust me, until you do that thing before you feel that fulfillment or peace, inner peace within you. Otherwise, you might get relieved, after a while, it will come back even stronger. That intuition is like your purpose, if I may put it that way, because it won't let you rest, especially when it's something that is going to elevate you to another high level, or something that's going to help somebody. It could be that it will help somebody, but you have to take that initiative to do that thing, and then before you see the manifestation of it. Otherwise, it will bug you. It might go away. It will definitely come back. So by honoring and trusting our intuition, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom, and also unlock the limitless potential that resides within us. Some of us, we don't know the giftings we have until we pay attention to our intuition. I've seen a case where a child has this strong intuition and they have this gut feeling that the father was traveling for a business deal, what have you, and this child just came and said, Daddy, are you traveling? And the father had not told anyone in the family. He's still thinking because he knows he would have to travel, but nothing has been concluded. And this child says, Dad, are you traveling next week on so day? And the father is wondering, how did you know that? And the child, is it okay if I say don't go, please? Please pay attention. Especially when you know your child, that they don't joke around with things like that. And the child might just say that, I see danger, or I see that trip is not safe or something. That's a very strong intuition. That child may not be able to explain further, but they're so like worrying you, dragging you up and down. You have to listen. This is what I feel. I don't know how to explain it. A child, they might not be able to express that thing, but they will tell the parents, please don't travel. That trip is not safe. If I were you, I would listen or check my own intuition. What is my intuition about this travel? And how did this child even know it's next week, for that matter? Things like this happen. It's not magical. It's not anything. It's called inner voice telling you what to do. And it's best to always honor it if you don't want to regret it. Check out. I see you. Thanks for joining. Mary, thanks for joining. So I want to encourage us out there. Please embrace your intuition. Cultivate its wisdom. because there's a lot of wisdom in there. It might be a situation that you need to decide over or handle a particular situation and you're lost. You don't know what to do and you're kind of worrying about it. And all of a sudden, it's like within you, you just feel, oh, this is what you must do. It's like you don't know where it comes from. The solution just comes. And you feel like you think about it, oh my God, I never thought of that. Like somebody is coming to give you expo to the answer or whatever. So please, let's embrace our intuition. Let's cultivate it, because with it comes wisdom. And let it be your compass on your journey of life. Let it be like a compass. In fact, if you don't feel that inner voice directing you, whatever you're doing, don't even pause. Don't even take any decision by taking that step. It might just be the step that would take you into that pit. So when your intuition is telling you, hold on a second, hold on for a day, hold on for 2 days or whatever, before you do what you're about to do. And you just find out that, and later on, I tell you this, later on you will find out the reason why you were told to wait, why your intuition is telling you just wait for that second, and don't rush into it. Don't rush things. Have that inner peace about that voice. What is it asking you to say? Look at intuition as a compass to guide you in life. And for us as Christians, we have a double blessing regarding that. We have the Holy Spirit. So when we hear that inner voice telling us do this, do that, and then we just ask Holy Spirit, is this what God will have me do? And the Holy Spirit will say yes or will say no. So for us, it's double portion. You know what I'm saying? For those Christians out there, I'm sure you understand my parable today. Thank you, Coco. Thanks for joining. So that's about my talk for today. Like I said, it's a short one. And I hope I've been able to bring your attention to what is called intuition. How we need to cultivate it. We need to honor it, listen to it. If you're not sure, you know, for the first time, just try. What is that God telling you to do? Gina, thanks for joining. What is it asking you to do? Just even heed the one time. Look at it like you want to go on an experiment, you know. The first time you feel that inner voice, do what is asking you to do, or say what is asking you to say, or whatever it is. And take note. Maybe do that for about 5 times or 5 different occasions or whatever that may arise in your life. You listen to that inner voice. Listen to that intuition. What is it asking you to do? You just do it and see what will come out of it. So I like to stop blabbing now. I know I've not been blabbing. I know you guys are listening. I want to hear from you today. What's your take on intuition? Do you even think there's something called intuition? If you're the one that have a very strong intuition, how has it helped you? Or did it put you in trouble? You never can tell. I really want to hear from us today. So, has it paid off? Yeah. If you listen to it, did it pay off for your good? And like I said, do you believe in intuition? Let's see who is there. Please send an invite. I really love to hear from you. I want to hear from us today. What do we think? Do we believe there's something called intuition, that inner voice, that